Short squeeze confirmed. 5 banks short 708 million ounces of silver equals the entire year's global production. Banks are screwed big time. Act now to rake in life-changing profits. But the million-dollar question is, how much silver is enough? Well, check this out. Silver stackers will yield life-changing wealth by buying only 100 ounces of silver.
Connection established.
All right, folks, so there is so much happening in today's day and age. You cannot be blindly investing or stacking. You have to be kept up to date on a daily basis. You have to be kept in the loop, and that is why you need to subscribe, because I will post daily videos giving you the newest, latest information, especially with everything that's about to be, happening. So make sure you click subscribe and click the bell so you get notified as soon as I post. We're going to be talking about a very interesting piece of information that came out a few days ago, talking about banks. Right now, 5 U.S. banks face billions in losses as silver's price spike hits short sellers hard. So, before we jump into this, I did want to mention silver is cheap, right? And I'm not agreeing completely when he says all you need is 100 ounces to yield life-changing wealth, but silver is extremely affordable, especially compared to gold. So if you wanted to buy some of this stuff for extremely cheap prices, a safe, reliable place, I got you guys for incredible prices. Just email slayer@milesfranklin.com or call 330-485-6172. We have the best prices around, and if anywhere does have better prices, which rarely happens, I will match them. So make sure you hit me up. I'd love to build a business relationship with you all. So with that said, let's jump into this. The recent surge in silver prices has exposed a precarious situation for 5 major U.S. banks holding significant short positions in the metal. Readers of this newsletter are urged to place an emergency order. Okay. You don't got to do that. I mean, yeah, we might not be seeing, these types of prices anymore, but I cannot say with a straight face that will for sure happen. I don't want to mislead anyone. I don't want to give them false hope or unrealistic expectations. I have to be very careful with that. Yes, the charts, we're in a 44-year cup and handle. Yes, we are, facing record-breaking supply deficits, and this corruption could potentially be coming to an end. And yes, and I mean COMEX corruption when I say corruption. Yes, silver's at all-time highs in the Russian ruble, the Indian rupee, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the African rand, and the euro. It's the only currency it's not at all-time highs is the US dollar, which could be next. But with all that, I still do not have a crystal ball and said, or can say that silver is for sure about to skyrocket to hundreds of dollars next week, or even next month, or even next year, right? I cannot say that because I don't know, but everything is pointing towards that, right? So John Forrest Little states, the silver market is at a critical juncture. With above-ground silver supplies dwindling and no major new discoveries, we're facing the mother of all supply crunches. Demand is skyrocketing from multiple sectors: electric vehicles, solar energy, aerospace, military applications, artificial intelligence, and 5G technology. This perfect storm of high demand and limited supply will launch a moonshot price increase. Our straightforward silver squeeze strategy is a slam dunk, now that bankers are on the ropes. If a small percentage of investors each purchase just 100 ounces of physical silver, we could see prices double within months. Now, he's talking about a silver squeeze, kind of like what Wall Street Silver did in February of 2021. Corner the market, buy up all the physical, expose the paper market, right? Like they're saying right here, the disconnect between paper contracts and physical metals allows banks to sell short excessive amounts of paper silver without owning or borrowing the actual metal, distorting true market dynamics and true price discovery. And that is how they manipulate the price. They are over flooding the market with these paper contracts, pretending like there's a one-to-one amount of physical silver out there to back those contracts, but there is not. And that is corruption at its finest, right? That is corruption at its finest. That's how they manipulate the price. But when we're talking about something like silver that is as needed and as valuable and as important, the role it plays in the world, especially in today's age as we advance digitally and technologically, no amount of suppression will be able to combat that when we're talking about record-breaking supply deficits of 770 million ounce deficit the last 4 years, and getting worse, and especially all the silver needed for military. And as we advance with AI and 5G and EVs and solar panels and Samsung's new battery that requires way more, there's going to be a point in time where we literally run out of silver, and that no amount of suppression can stop something like that, especially when big tech, big industry is all fighting for it because there's none left. So this situation has broader implications beyond just these 5 banks. It raises questions about market stability, fair price discovery, potential for a supply crunch that could impact industry's reliance on silver. But I was just saying, you may hear about jawboning or growing calls for increased regulatory scrutiny to ensure market fairness and stability in the precious metal sector. But the fact that these reforms have not happened proves our thesis that silver market manipulation means silver is perhaps 10 times cheaper than its true price. So smarter silver stackers are going to convert the Federal Reserve note circling drain for physical silver from their favorite source, which hopefully your favorite source is me, right? I'll hook you guys up. You can't get anywhere else. You cannot get cheaper prices from anyone else. Plus, my phone's on 24/7. I'm personable. You could call me, you could talk to me. I will answer the phone. You could text me. You can say, hey, what you got? What are prices like right now? And if you place a certain order, maybe I'll hook you up. Or if you make a larger order, if you're a consistent customer, I'll start giving customer appreciation discounts or whatever. I don't care. I'm not a stingy guy. I promise. You could go buy anywhere online, but I promise I will do my best to make you buying from me better than anywhere else. And go ask any of my clients. I'm not stingy, right? They say, our price sheet says $275. I'm like, I don't care. I'll do $150 over spot. I don't care, whatever. I just don't care too much about, that. Hopefully, I don't step on anyone's toes or anything, but, I really try my best to just, I'm not doing this just for money. I like helping people out. That's that article. Now let's check out this one. Here's why silver's bull run hasn't even started. This is an article that came out today, fresh off the press. So silver has been on a historical bull run for the last 2 years. At press time, the precious metal is trading in close proximity at a 12-year high. The gray metal has notably outperformed gold in that time frame, buoyed by both high demand and its increasing popularity as a store of value. Right, and that kind of is going hand in hand with what John Forrest Little was just saying. And remember, not many people are invested in the silver market. Imagine when the stock bulls or the whales that are in gold or Bitcoin are all seeing silver's potential, and silver could be Bitcoin 2.0, right? The type of undervalued aspect silver has is similar to Bitcoin in 2017. If gold is $2,700, but silver is 27,000 times more useful and more valuable and underappreciated and suppressed, then imagine if people catch on to that and start throwing money in, right? Then we would have something, especially since those contracts would be turned into physical. Exactly what happened to the Hunt brothers in 1980, which pushed the price to its highest it's ever been, still till this day. So 2 exchange-traded funds, ETFs, track the spot price silver and gold. You have, the the SLV and the iShares Gold Trust. At the time of publication, SLV's seen prices surge by 39% year to date. So yeah, although market sentiment on both precious metals remain bullish, there are significant concerns about whether the current bull run, particularly in silver's case, is sustainable. And I do think that it is sustainable because of a few different factors. One is that we just broke past 12-year highs. So, like, if I push a chart up, this is silver's chart right now. Since, let's go back a little bit. So, you see how this is like August, September, September 12th, we're down to like 28, which is crazy to say we're down to 28. Because most of me buying silver has been at $15. So see how we have a leg up, a huge leg up, but it builds stability. Leg up builds stability. Leg up, it's stabilizing. See how it's stabilizing at $33? It's not dropping down. See this? It stabilizes at higher prices. See, you're not seeing it drop way back down to where it was in September 12th because it stabilized at these higher prices. So if we have another run where, right, especially with everything happening with corruption and all that, and the shortage, people who are saying these prices aren't sustainable aren't looking at the chart and just looking realistically at where we're stabilizing at, especially breaking past 12-year highs. That means the resistance we're banging our head against, that $30 resistance, means it used to be a lot harder for it to go higher and a lot easier for it to go lower, but now it's a lot harder for it to go lower and a lot easier for it to go higher. See, it's a lot easier for it to keep going up. Look at this chart. Before, it would be a lot easier for it to go down because that is the trend. But now we're seeing a new trend, and once we break past resistance levels, more money comes in, more hype, more eyes, more information. Shortage gets worse, and it's just how it is. You're in a situation where you either see it or you don't. You either get it or you don't. Even trying to compare silver's price in dollar terms is missing the entire point as is. But if you are trying to look at this from an investment profitable perspective, then it still makes just as much sense. But true silver stackers look at this, and all this means is this is the price you have to pay when you want to buy, but none of these prices are anywhere near what it is actually valued at, as it is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity, electricity, and light sensitivity, and there's barely any left of it. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Remember, folks, to subscribe for daily videos. You don't want to miss out. I will keep you in the loop. Thanks tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, and if you wanted to purchase some of the shining stuff, email me slayer@milesfranklin.com or call 330-485-6172. There's no minimum, no maximum. You can buy $10 worth, you can buy $10 billion worth, and we have everything in stock. A lot of people have a hard time, but Andy Scheckman is the man. He has sources where nobody else does, and we will be one of the last companies standing, so it's probably best to build a business relationship with us. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.